Welcome to High Oracle's Reiki Spiritual Healing Channel, where I can lay hands on you anywhere in the world. So I thank all of you for your support, for tuning in to me. I've got some people who are from, I believe they are from Jamaica. And I thank all of you for your support and tuning in to me wherever you are. So we want to talk about specific issues that have been going on with the chosen ones for generations. And when we start to think about these types of issues and problems that have been plaguing our life, a lot of people reach out to me because I can relate to a lot of the things that's been going on in their lives. I've had to battle in my lifetime warlocks, witches in my own family. I've had to battle manipulators in my personal relationships with my husbands. Some of them were warlocks, some of them were narcissists. Some of them, had some issues. And I'm able to relate to these people because when they reach out to me and they tell me about these covens that they have been dealing with and that they are dealing with, that they are, under attack in their neighborhood. And like I say, I have been under attack before by my neighbor across the street. My landlord introduced me to my neighbor, and I think I've told you guys this story before, and my neighbor became obsessed with trying to attack me, with trying to control and take my gifts in order to unalive me. And when this did not work, he was sending all kinds of, negative energy. And I was able to cleanse that negative energy that he sent to me. He sent a fish to my front door, to my house. And again, which means you sleep with the fishes. So he was trying to unalive me and harm me when he could not control me, when he could not take my gifts, when he was trying to be rewarded by the entity. Ultimately, God gave me divine intervention, and God said no to him and shielded me from those attacks. I got sick. I was very sick in that house. I was very sick in that house until I moved out of that neighborhood. But the point here that I'm trying to make to you is that when you are going up against a coven of witches or a warlock in your own house, you have to be specific when you're moving against these people, when you are cleansing yourself against these people, when you are coming against these people in prayer. You have to be very specific. And, let God know that you are under attack. You should be praying. You should be praying for Alpha Lock. You should be praying Surah Al-Baqarah. You should be praying against these narcissists. You should be fasting against these narcissists and asking God for that relief and that change. Okay? Now, when you have done this type of cleanse, purifying your body, purifying the space, you're fasting against these entities that they're trying to hire in order to control you. This person was in collusion with an entire neighborhood. He was able to control the young people in the neighborhood. He was able to control the orphans in his home. He was able to control these people and send attacks upon them. And when you're dealing with those types of warlocks, when you're dealing with a male where he is a warlock and his wife is a witch, so you're dealing with a coven of people, neighbors, who are setting up on you because they feel your frequency. So I can relate to a lot of my clients that are under attack. I can relate to them, and they reach out to me and they tell me their story. They tell me what's going on. They tell me about the spots that they have, on their hands, the spots that they have on their legs. They tell me about the attacks that someone is trying to make their pockets, turn out. They tell me about the attacks upon their health. They tell me about the attacks upon their mental health. And, I can tell you all of these things that I have had experience cleansing these types of warlocks and witches in different situations, in different neighborhoods, in different sides of my family. So this is why a lot of the clients and the people who reach out to me, they'll tell me, you know exactly what I have been going through. You can tell me exactly some of the things that I have experienced. I was scared to reach out to you because you were so close to my situation. I was wondering, were you there? Were you a psychic? Were you in my dreams? Were you in my household? And the major thing here, the major understanding here is that I have been through these types of attacks. And I want to use my experience in order to help somebody cleanse the negative energy. When I first started cleansing myself, I did not know that these types of people were obsessed with me. And I'm seeing 7-11, 717, all over the place here. So, I just wanted to make sure that you're understanding that I've been through something where these people have laid tricks for me. These people have laid tricks for me in my house so that, I would be sick, so that I would give them money. They have tried to, give me a dollar or something that they had dressed. They have people in my own family. Okay. They have tried to give me something. They have tried to anoint me so that, they can control my mind. And I've had to tell them, I don't, allow women to anoint me. Okay. You're not an apostle. You're not a prophet. Okay. And you couldn't possibly be, because you're not old enough to be that. Okay. Now just look at you. Okay. I'm just letting you know. This is why people choose to come to me. And we got the sunbursts back there. We're coming to the end of our day. We're coming to the end of our day for Ramadan. Happy Ramadan Mubarak. And I hope I'm saying it right. I've been practicing on it, guys. I'm practicing on my Arabic. I'm trying. So, guys, don't be hard on people. If you say something to them and they don't say it back, they might not can say it. So, I've been working on it though. So, back to our topic. So there are people who have been attacked in the way that I have, and they did not know how to get rid of those attacks. They did not know how to remove those people who have been obsessed with their energy since a child. So I have been, helping these people, and some of the clients that I have, again, they never received the relief from the situation until I start working with them. There are people that I work with, they have never been able to remove that attack that someone had fed them, that attack up on their feet, until I gave them a foot wash, until I cleansed the negative energy out of their stomach. I've had to cleanse the negative energy out of my stomach from, people who were supposed to be friends. Every time you turn around, you're having a party. You want to, be friendly. You want to engage with your friends. But, once I cleansed that negative energy out of my stomach, I was very sick from eating something that a toxic, demonic person had sent to my food. Once I cleansed that negative energy out of my stomach, then that person, broke a hip. So that's what they had intended for me. They had intended for me sickness. They had intended for me to be down and not being able to move in life. So I wanted to give you this story and these updates so that you understand that, these are the main reasons that I became a spiritual healer, because I can relate to a lot of these people's story. But, it is by far, the most engaging type of, helpful information that I can give you as a spiritual healer, is because when I first started on this mission after my mother's passing, after my brother's passing, then, I had people coming to me who were clients of my mother's that were telling me that there were, people trying to molest them, people taking advantage of them, people taking their money for greed, people who were not who they were pretending to be. And so I decided to embark on this type of journey so that we would not have these types of attacks, these pedophiles and people, these males molesting the women, so that they would have someone to go to and be able to receive the relief that God has given us, his healing rituals and methods for the benefit of mankind, to help the people. So I hope that you guys have received this message. Please like, share, and subscribe to me over all of my platforms. Book your one-on-one sessions with me. Donate to my channel. Book your life coaching sessions or your video chat sessions. Book your consultation so I can acclimate a gift to your situation. I'm High Oracle, Reiki spiritual healer. Assalamu alaikum.